gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
So speaking of bad news, Mark Henry, and we covered this a little bit on the last show, but you know, he defended Raja Jackson, and some people were like, what a dumbass. Or maybe that was just me. I don't know. Some people were thinking he might just be working, like he's just saying this knowing it's going to get everyone talking about him. However, I don't think it's that. I think he's probably met Rampage. You know, that's the thing. Rampage knew a lot of folks. So I don't know, you know, whether Henry's just defending them, because I really don't know, but I don't think he's working. I just think he's looking at this from a place of ignorance, as admitted by himself. Initially, he was like, I don't even know all the details and information, but he was giving like an impassioned and emboldened stance on one side or the other. And like, again, with everything, I don't hate you because your opinion might be different than mine on something, but I just think this is pretty clear cut what happened in 2025 in that wrestling ring with Raja Jackson. But he doubles down, or maybe this is tripling down, and not just the cheeseburgers, but on the, I'm sorry, Mark Henry, he would just throw me in the air, send me flying like Team Rocket. But yeah, he's tripling down on the opinion that Raja Jackson should be in the clear, which he is. He's not arrested or anything, man. You just got banned off Kick, like boo-hoo.
So you'll be prepared, okay?
So you'll be prepared for a pro wrestling. This is what pisses me off when they're talking about, so you're prepared for pro wrestling? Mark, I don't care how many hay bales you can throw in the air, bud. If you pissed Inoki off and he just KO'd you like he did Great Antonio, you wouldn't be like, oh, you'd be like, I wasn't prepared for that. That's what you'd be saying. I know it. So anyways, I'm already triggered. We're 0.5 seconds through the thing.
So you'll be prepared, okay? All right. Everybody's on the same page. That didn't happen. You got these veteran guys drinking alcohol before the show.
Right. That's up. That's one thing for sure. Like, it's Jim Cornette breaks it down really well. And it's like just all these boys who just aren't taking it seriously. Like, they're all just drinking, boozing before. And I'm not saying if you're operating at Hulk Hogan's like, brother, we had the coolers on tap, dude, with the Bud Lights, the Miller Lights, Jack. But if you, or what did he drink? Coors Lights, dude. But like, if you're not operating at that level, then yeah, it's especially at an academy, like that's the last thing you guys should be doing, like training greenhorns or whatever.
And then they come out there and you hit one of the kids up, you hit the kid upside the head with a beer can. He's supposed to understand and process all this information? No, it's not going to happen. And then you got other guys inciting the riot. He goes out there and he lays into this guy and he beats him like he stole something. And I do not condone that. Harge, I'm going to tell you from experience. Mark Henry was once upon a time Raja Jackson. I got banished from wrestling and sent to Canada. And if it wasn't for the Hart family who took my ass in and said, Mark, you have to be educated. You don't know wrestling. You're a fan. Let us help you. And
so you up and they punished you for up. So you're admitting what Raja did. He up and he's a fan and he shouldn't have been in there and he should get admonished in some way. Admonished, that's the right word, right? He should be punished in some way, is what you're saying.
They help me. They educate.
So that he can be educated on not to beat people within an inch of their life. Huh. Interesting.
They taught me how to be who I became, which is a Hall of Fame wrestler, which is somebody that's very well respected, not only in pro wrestling, but in radio and television.
He just argued against himself right there.
And to everybody listening, I have not got one racist bone in my body. I love people. God put me on this earth to be a helper and to be a watcher. And you read the Bible, you understand who the watchers are.
Right. What? Where? Hold on. How did we get into racialism now? Hold on. What did I miss?
I'm one of them. And I just want to go on record as saying I'm making zero apologies for what I said. I meant every word. Every single word I meant. You have to be responsible on both sides. The WWE is where they are because they do great business.
Right. So hold this kid responsible and accountable for being a fan. And like you, he should be sent away for a little while till he can rehabilitate his mind, come back, and prove that he's worthy of being in even an MMA gym again, or you can trust him on a fight night or at a weigh-in not to fucking glom his opponent. I think you just kind of argued against yourself there, Mark. Just saying.
Because they smarten everybody up. And when people go off script, they get fined, they get suspended, they get sent away. Until you know better, you can't be on our program. And I don't work for them.
Right. Right.
I just respect the business. So all of you fans out there that have these racist tendencies and
yeah, nobody condones that, but like it's just like a blanket thing to be like all you fans with the racialist tendencies. I don't know where the fuck that's coming from.
and all the vitriol for me, have at it. You can't hurt me. I'm bulletproof.
Yeah, well, I mean that's unfortunate if people are being racialist towards Mark Henry in his DMs or whatever, right? But yeah, I think the bigger picture is how he just sort of proved his own point against himself, or disproved his own point rather. Anyways, debunked Alex Jones, debunked. So Maple Leaf Pro, breaking, winner takes all. MLP Canadian Women's Champion Giselle Shaw takes on Priscilla Kelly. So again, she's just getting after it, getting out there. MLP putting on cool shows with cool production. And Giselle Shaw, a reigning champ there. AJ Mana was fired from his regular day job following the Raja Jackson incident. Now, I don't know if I agree with that entirely, that he should be fired from his normal day job, AJ Mana. Like, for sure from the academy, maybe if the company he works for, his regular shoot day job, right? If they maybe went and saw more of the kick stream that's up there, and maybe they saw conduct that they were just like, fuck that, or like this maybe violates, I don't know. Again, I'm not deep diving into this guy's personal life, nor do I have interest to. I don't know if and maybe they just don't want controversy, or they're getting calls and shit as well. We don't know the full scope, but it's like Joey Ryan and shit, right? Which we'll get into in a bit. But he makes this video talking about cancel culture and all this shit. It's like, bro, listen, people don't you go work wherever the fuck you work. People don't want to see you in a wrestling ring, period. Like anytime you try and pop up and do a wrestling show, people are going to just axe that. Your prime was years ago. A bunch of stories. Everyone knows you're doing rehabilitation and shit, but people just don't want to see you in wrestling. Get the fuck out of here. Now, does that mean he should be canceled from working at I don't know, McDonald's or fucking, he was at Disney and people can't, maybe, I don't know, maybe even that was too far. People going look, he's at Disney, you better fucking fire this guy. Maybe that was too far as well. I don't know. But I'm with you. People don't need to lose their jobs. But again, we don't know from their side of it. And sort of my same sentiments remain, or I'll repeat the same thing that I brought up during the Travis Heckle, who's a friend of mine, and the Jim Cornette, of course, the Castle, friendly with the show. My sentiments on that, if your boss for any reason almost is don't do this or you're fired. And then, Travis chose to quit in that instance, but it's people have the right to hire and fire who they want. That's just how things work in a free society. So I hope I did a good job of explaining that. And I don't want AJ Mana to not be able to feed his kids and shit if he's, who knows? I don't know anything about him, but yeah, if it's people going after his regular everyday job, I don't know if that's the move either. I would put more energy into hey man, this Raja dude, something needs to be done about that. He's still out there just walking around and his dad's making comedy bits out of the deletion threats he's getting. So how serious is it really? But speaking of unserious, comedian Ian Fidance, he's pretty funny. He's a guy who you'll catch him on Kill Tony and stuff like that. And former WWE writer Dan St. Germain was on B and Ian with Jordan. Jordan wasn't there. and Ian Fidance is the Ian in Being Ian. And the episode started mid-conversation with Dan telling Vince McMahon stories, including a fucked up one involving Ashely Massaro. And there's more on the Patreon episode. So let's take a listen to this clip. And this is pretty fucking disturbing. And I'm not going to sit here and just say this guy's making it up for no fucking reason. You know, this story seems, why would you even put yourself out there like this? And I was going to put this in the title as well, but people are just tired of seeing Vince McMahon sicko shit, you know? And also, I was worried this clip was going to get deleted, so I'm glad it's not. Shout out B and Ian with Jordan, and let's take a listen, and I guess viewer discretion advised, you know? And people getting mad, like, oh, how dare, like, I've seen a couple tweets, like, how dare Ian and shit laugh at this? When things make you uncomfortable, it's some people look down, some people look up, some people laugh, some people will bite their fucking fingernails, some people will, and just imagine you're comedians, you're gonna laugh your way out of it. Even me, you guys know when we talk about death on this show, I get weird about it, and I start like bad joking, punning my way out of it because it makes me uncomfortable. It does, thinking about it. I don't know why. It just is. Don't blame these guys for they're doing a comedy podcast and this guy just starts hitting them with like this crazy fucking story. And you can't expect, you know, does Ian Fidance even know Ashely Massaro's full story? Like, how does he know it's just not one of the wrestler girls was hooking up with Vince? You know, it's not like this guy deep dives into her Wikipedia. So again, just, you can't get mad at people for, like, it's better this guy shared this story than didn't. It's better that we know, like, okay, this guy just backed up the shit Paul London's been saying, because some people say Paul London's full of shit and he just talks and whines too much. Well, this guy's sort of backing up the shit Paul London said 3 years ago or 4 years ago now. You guys get what I'm saying? So anyways, let's take a listen to the clip. I'm riffing and rabbling and babbling and you guys don't want to hear me. Let's go.
There.
Yeah.
So, but I heard he admitted to beating somebody to death in his trailer park and throwing the body away, which he did that in his teens, which made sense because his rich dad didn't.
So he heard the story that Vince beat someone to death in his teens and hid the body or whatever.
Find him until he was 16.
Okay.
His dad did or whatever the fuck. And this dude's from Australia, this ginger beard guy, and he's fucking hilarious. I forget his name.
So he fucked a girl in front of everyone.
Who's
like,
everyone?
Is that
the roster?
No. Like, yes.
Teddy
like,
Long was there?
No. Well, the SmackDown bus. They were on a European trip, and Vince started fingering Ashely Massaro on the flight. And then Vince goes, when they got on the tarmac, all right, everyone get on the tarmac. They all went on the tarmac and watched as the fucking plane bounced back and forth, and Vince just fucked this girl in front of them. I mean, he's an absolute maniac.
How is this true?
See, it's so ridiculous. I saw a tweet like, Ian shouldn't be laughing. Bro, it's so ridiculous. What else do you do? It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
You can fuck so hard a plane can bounce.
Because he would probably want
it was an Eddie Guerrero plan.
So,
yo, come on.
Anyway, a lot of crazy stuff.
That's a crazy risk.
Wow.
Even more crazy. I mean, there's stuff in there.
Is Rey Mysterio nice?
Nice guy. Nicest guy.
Okay, good.
Him and his son are very nice. Incredibly nice.
Shane O'Mac.
I did not meet him there. They all shit on him, but there's a reason.
They all shit on him. That's super funny. The shitting on Shane part. And not on the women on the plane part. That's serious. Yeah, so I don't know, man. It's incredibly tragic. And it's incredibly tragic how, like, what happened and how Ashely was victimized. And this just backs up what Paul London's been saying for years. And I know some people like to try and call him a whiny bitch too. But at the end of the day, I think it's better this stuff comes to light in any form or fashion, just being honest. Moving along here, speaking of AJ Mana, he tries to shift the blame. And let's just hear his angry rant. Here's the thing. Him spurging out like this and yelling, oh, that's not going to make his case any better. It just makes him seem like an unreasonable, unhinged guy who's like a drama queen, you know?
That's a receipt, bitch. That's all the fuck I told Roger to do. The only thing I told Roger to do was give him a fucking receipt because that's what the promoter wanted to do, to fucking be done.
This storyline, and then the shit gets out of hand, and you not
watch the video. Who told Roger to throw the punch? Watch the fucking video. Here, I'll give you a hint. You ready? And I quote, Get in there and fuck that motherfucker up.
You run in and fuck that motherfucker up in the mat. You ready for that?
Yeah.
Did that come out of my mouth? No, came out of the promoter's mouth. Fuck you. What
The promoter. So that's Samoan guy who was all like oos, oos, oos. And we should have known, god damn it. We were not too astute that day. This is not to put the blame on anyone. And this is South Park, of course, but the guy who is all like, we're always working here, oos. So that's like Rikishi's cousin or something for sure. And the promoter. So we know that Gangrel and Rikishi own the Fed. But this Samoan dude who we were like, he's pretty chill. Seems like he's keeping the peace. Turns out he's like in charge of the shit and not AJ Mana. So that's pretty fucked up.
Did that come out of my mouth? No, came out of the promoter's mouth. Fuck you.
So he just threw his guy under the bus. But being all like, fuck you and shit. It just seems real dismissive and defensive. And it's not going to get people on your side.
What, I'm supposed to kayfabe this shit to protect them? Fuck you.
That's what you said you were doing the night of, but
Just watching me burn. Y'all told me to shut up and not say nothing. Just so I can fucking get buried. Fuck y'all. No, I ain't shutting up about nothing. I'm telling the whole fucking truth. Like it or not. And if you don't like it, pull up, bitch. I ain't got nothing to lose.
pull up. I ain't got nothing to lose. So what? You'll fucking murder me?
He's fat.
That's what I mean. You're not. So you condone murder. You know, you're not helping your case back.
Pull up. Motherfucker.
The one point there,
Just apologize, make an impassioned apology, and then fucking get a lawyer, dude. And just say, look, man, this shit is out of my hands. Pull up. I'll fucking murder you, dog. Pull up.
I really want to overemphasize is that he knew beforehand that Raja was not a worker. He was not a worker. He knew that before.
I ain't got nothing to lose. Well, apparently you fucking had your day job to lose. I'm not trying to laugh at his misery. It's just him freaking out on the internet like that.
Right. But if you just look at the video, it looks like, oh, I didn't know. I'm sorry, I didn't know. But from somebody that was there, that's not the truth.
Hello. What is alcohol doing in the fucking locker room?
I bet $50 you drank some beers that night. What?
Why are we getting intoxicated before the fucking show? Every fucking...
Why is it on my tab? Why, when you check my debit card, it says liquor store? I don't know. These are mysteries we're all trying to figure out together. But I don't know. Pull up.
I don't know.
fucking show for 6 years. And tell me if I'm lying, motherfucker, because I did it with you. Yeah, that part. You want to bury me? You're all coming down with me. I'm that motherfucker.
I don't know if his or Mark Henry's reactions were warranted. I don't think either of those were on point. But either way, Brie Coda, a.k.a. Elayna Black, FKA Cora Jade, says, I'm the first official TMZ campion. And they have a title there. And, of course, TMZ jumping on the wave. You go back in time 2 years, and what was your boy Philly Phil Marks telling you guys? Hey, man, there's like this new wave. Wrestling's getting popular again. We're going to do something different. No one's doing this type of shit. And, yeah, we got fucking TMZ. We got people coming out the woodwork. Ariel Helwani's basically like 50% pro wrestling now, right? It's heating up, man. We're getting the wave that MMA media got like 5 years ago or whatever. I'd say like 5 years ago. That's happening, dude. And I told you, motherfuckers, I'm trying to be on the forefront of that shit. So shout out TMZ and their show. I'm not going to give it hate, even though I roast TMZ relentlessly and just the nature of paparazzi. But some of those TMZ guys have built enough rapport where the celebs will go, I'll talk to them or give that guy a soundbite quick, and then we'll just keep it moving for everyone else, you know? So at least it's come somewhat of a way, but they are definitely the best depiction of paparazzi is the Britney Spears episode of South Park, without question. So Johnny Bottles posted this, friend of the show. He says, from Baby Dolls, Nicola Roberts. His Facebook sound familiar. And so here's her. Is this baby doll like Jim Cornette baby doll? And is that who this is? Nicola Roberts. She says he got punched 20 times and no visible marks, no black eyes, no broken nose. Wouldn't it be funny if this was a work? Are there any pictures of Stu after he got hit? Maybe this is why charges haven't been filed. This is my biggest problem, right? With all this shit. There's a fucking video, you guys.
Smash your knee to obliterate.
There's a video of it. And you see him coughing, choking, spitting blood up, head bouncing. Like, did none of you guys see this shit? When I was on vacation, and when I saw my Twitter, I was tagged in this shit, like a billion fucking tags. Phil, you gotta check this out. I check it out, and at first I'm like, oh, it'll just be like something so minuscule, like a pull apart will happen right away, and we'll have to debate whether it's a work or not. No, it's a fucking clear cut. He's KO'd on the slam. He eats like 20 unanswered blows. Horrific. When I saw it, I was horrified, right? And I watched shitloads of MMA. I watched bare knuckle boxing. We started the show by talking about dirty box and everything. It's, I'm okay with Pride where there's soccer kicking and head stomping and shit. I'm okay. Like, the rules are, if the ref is there and it's a good ref, we're okay, man. Holy shit. Did that make me sick to my stomach? For people to be like, did they check if there was any marks on him? Did you not? You're the marks. Marks? Whoa. Like, did you guys not see the blood he was spitting and coughing up? No, he's the greatest actor to ever live, and Raja slipped a blood capsule in his fucking mouth. He bit into a fucking condom with yak's blood in it. Like, what do you think happened? And so I posted this. Danger Pro Wrestling said that they're booking Raja Jackson, and I was like, nah, man. But then it turns out that there was like a fucking breaking WWE revokes ID status for Danger Pro after they booked Raja Jackson. So this is like a bit that this guy was doing. Like, oh, we're going to book him. But nope, it's a fucking work and we're just using WWE ID. It's like a bit they're doing. And then I posted about this later. I'm like, dude. So I posted that at like, I figured out it was a work or whatever. Someone posted, I didn't even have to figure it out. Someone just posted it underneath. Whatever. But then 13 hours later, you had Dirt Sheets posting the thing. And then like an hour after that going, oh, it was a work and shit. It's like, just look at PWT. Just follow me on X and you'll know all this shit way before any of you guys catch on. You ain't paying attention. Okay. His Syko Stu. Baby Doll questioned his injuries. We went over that. And we also spoke about Cora Jade briefly. And so here's what's going on with her. Elayna Black, she said, she told TMZ's Inside the Ring that she's not retired. She said, I'm not retired. You haven't seen the last of me. Let's take a listen to this.
Have my first public signing appearance back is WrestleCade. I believe it's November 29th. I want to say it's the Saturday, I think. So that's like my first appearance again. And me kind of dipping my toes back into the little wrestling water. Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of towards the end of the year. That's kind of what I wanted.
And it's a bigger show, isn't it? Those WrestleCade shows. So again, she just doesn't want to do that like little boy shit. And she can totally get away with it. She can do her OF and then she can just book like bigger shows and then demand a little bit more money, probably. And that's actually probably better for her career, honestly. Like the less we see of you, like everyone just kind of stopped caring about Karrion Kross already. These WWE fans aren't going to start watching GCW for Karrion Kross. Unfortunately, to
give myself and see. So I guess I'm kind of just seeing how I feel like the next few months and feeling it out. Cause I feel so much better even just after this like month of just time and therapy and healing and not looking at anything. Looking at anything wrestling related. It has genuinely helped me so much in just a month. So I can only imagine how much better I'm going to feel in 3 more months. I would love to be wrestling again by, the end of the year, the beginning of next year, but time will tell. I'm not holding myself to that. And I don't want anyone to hold me to that, but just know I'm not retired. You haven't seen the last of me, even if you thought and wanted to, you didn't.
Right. And you got the whole
shout out Cora Jade. And then she also had this to say. She says that she agrees with Undertaker's disappointment over wrestlers filming TikToks backstage. She says, I don't want to butcher exactly what he said, but something along the lines of, he goes backstage at NXT and everyone is sitting around making TikToks and doing stuff on their phone instead of watching and learning from the matches. And I'm like, this is what I've been saying for 3 years. When I saw him say that, I just felt so validated because I was like, thank you. Somebody else sees what I and my friends and everyone were just seeing. It broke our hearts because we were all wrestling fans. It got to the point where it's not my hill to die on anymore. It's not my thing to care about anymore. Well, that's everywhere. She was talking about going to fucking AEW. You think Triple Cup is gonna, give a shit if you guys are running amok? Oh, man. Fuck around Triple Cup. So, Triple Cup Tony Khan, those who know. Become a member, 99 cents. Get access to bonus shows on Mondays. Well worth it. So Gail Kim responded to this as well, and she says, we used to watch the monitor backstage at every live event and at TV. It's respectful to the other talent. You were learning as well. That was consistently 4 days a week. If you're wrestling, you would want others to watch or learn from you and receive feedback to your match. Right on. So a seasoned vet there, just letting us know, laying down the law. We have a couple more. So here's the Hollyhood Haley J, and she's cutting a promo. She's the new ROW Women's Champion, so Booker T pushing her. And she's like putting her power slap KO abilities over because she got a big nasty win via KO and power slap.
So everybody's mad, huh? Y'all mad that I came out here and did exactly what I said.
And this is the second one. We saw another one of those power slap chicks in her wrestling gear slapping a dummy. Yeah. And we also see the Tonga twins, if you follow them on social media, talking about like, hey, I'll move to her division and I'll slap the shit out of her if she wants, like power slap and shit. So they preyed on pro wrestlers, and it's going to fucking pay off for power slap a little bit. It's going to bring eyeballs, not like astronomical, but it's going to bring, I think it will tap into that indie wrestling sicko mud show fan base. So like the niche of the niche even. So there's people who like indies who aren't necessarily sickos and wackos, but I think it'll tap into it. And I told you guys this. I was worrying about this before anyone talked about it, before even Dana was talking about it, Dana White, but now he's vocal with it. And we just know that he's going to prey on these sons of bitches. We're going to see Braun Strowman power slapping a fucking ox.
I was gonna do. Y'all mad that there's a new Raw Women's Champion? Well, I'm mad too. I'm mad I'm not signed yet. I'm mad that I had to take a risk and give up everything that I had. Top spot at a top TV promotion.
What?
My house.
What?
My time with my son.
What?
I literally dropped everything I had and drove 16 hours out here to H-Town just to start all the way at the bottom, all the way over, and prove myself again and again, putting in the work, helping people along the way, all while still traveling and still entertaining those across the world. All for a bunch of people who don't appreciate me. I don't got no friends here, no family, nobody putting a battery in my back. And y'all mad? Y'all mad I got me a dub? I'm sick of this. I'm done proving myself to y'all. This win, that was for me. This is personal. And this title, it ain't going nowhere. Because you might be mad, but none of y'all bad enough to come and take it from me.
Cash me outside. How about that?
So be mad, stay mad. It really doesn't matter. Because I ain't going anywhere until it's my banner that's hanging up on that wall. And it's my name y'all remember. Because I'm Hollyhood Haley J. And I don't play.
She can cut good promos. So we covered it here on the show like 2 fucking years ago or something when that Wrestlers OVW show came out, and she was a standout in that Netflix show. And I actually recently talked to Jack Vaughn about that show. And he was also in WWE Unreal in the background. I talked to him about that as well. I did an interview with him and a hangout. We played some games. Make sure you guys check that out. But Hollyhood like ditched out on her fucking NXT tryout or whatever. She ditched out. Like they had her scouted. She was going to go do a tryout match or whatever, and was pretty much like a shoe-in by all rumors and innuendo. I'm not a dirt sheet, so whatever. You don't have to believe me. Tell me fuck myself. But she was like a shoe-in pretty much, but just like ditched out and she no-showed it or something like that. And if you watch the Netflix doc of wrestlers, you see she's like just smoking blunts out back and shit. And they're like, we keep telling you, quit smoking blunts out here. She's doing well for herself, though, outside of WWE. But I mean, she can clearly cut a promo. She's clearly got something. It's a damn shame she get in her own way, you know? So Real American Freestyle, man, tickets distributed 3,136. They set up for 3,777. And this was a while ago. This is August 28th, so 2 days. And then that updates from a week ago, about a week ago. So it's probably sold out for what they set up. Of course, Dave Meltzer won't go, it was a sellout. He'll go, of course, the building, Brian, actually, it was empty. But it's funny because he talked all this shit about, well, Bischoff, start a promotion, outdraw AEW if you think you're better. You have a chance to do that. Conan, if you think you're better and you know more than me, then hey, with AAA, outdraw AEW then. And Dave talked all that shit. And he was talking all that shit. And we even broke it down. And I even said, listen, Bischoff, it's not fair the way he's treating Bischoff right now, even though, okay, we'll take it. Bischoff ain't complaining. And like, we'll take you up on this challenge, Dave, because I bet it's going to backfire. Whenever you talk shit, it always does. And boom, it backfired. And it's unfair because it's amateur wrestling, but boom, it drew your typical fucking Dynamite. Right here, dude. In 2025, a Dynamite doesn't sell 3,700 tickets or 3,500 tickets regularly. So let's see if they can keep this up. But it's fucking hilarious. So we have Dave Meltzer calling out Bischoff, and we have this stupid idiot talking shit about Fantasy Mark booking Conan being fucking fired and shit, just for it to backfire in his stupid ass face. And you have an RAF show, or RFA, whatever the fuck, outdrawing standard Dynamite. Okay, and then you have AAA doing like 100 times. What's the number comparison to like Ring of Honor or CMLL on YouTube compared to what AAA did? It's astronomical. So it's just so funny how Dave talked this shit, and this is what I mean about him hurting AEW worse, more than he helps it, because he just says shit like this, it backfires, he puts his foot in his mouth, and then he has to backpedal it or just not acknowledge it, and then he condescends and projects harder and harder, which is just further proof of the spiral, the more he projects and condescends. So speaking of CMLL, they teamed up with Pokemon, and they announced a crossover show at Arena Mexico on September 25th to promote Pokemon Legends Z to A. Are y'all watching Peacemaker? Tim Meadows, dude, he comes in. Fuck, man, his character's so funny. And there's this one part where he's like, I don't know, he's talking to Economos, and he's like, something about Pokemon or whatever. She's like, Pokemon. I don't know. That whole fucking scene, man, in that van, that shit is hilarious. You guys gotta check that out. But apparently this show just sold gangbusters. Like, they had to open up more seats, and then they sold out right away. And it's like sold out to the tits. It's CML's trending as we speak. So, yeah, this is in a month. CMLL and Pokemon are doing this fucking hookup show, this cross show. Speaking of RAF, here's Eric Bischoff with Kurt Angle, who's in the house doing commentary, I believe. And amazing. Hopefully they honor Hulk Hogan. I don't know when this starts. I would love to check it out. I'm sure we'll see highlights on the Twitter feed and all that. Speaking of Lucha Libre, there are Lucha-inspired Air Jordan 3 El Vuelos. They're set to be released in Mexico on the 6th of September and then globally on the 20th. So if you guys are sneakerheads, those are pretty clean. Not going to lie. I like those. I like the simple Jordans, And then here is Allie the Bunny. She posted on Instagram a video of her stepping back in a ring for the first time in almost 2 years with the caption. So she's dealt with anxiety and stuff like that. And then once I think her contract expired with AEW and she wasn't renewed, she just stepped away from wrestling for a while. I think she made like one appearance or something, but she's getting back in the swing of things.
Good morning, friends. I just had my morning coffee and got dressed and ready. I'm about to go get in the ring. excited, but also so nervous, but so excited.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited. Haven't hit a rope.
And I
haven't
just can't
gone running
hide
in
it.
almost 2 years. Very excited, but nervous. So I'm going to go do that right now. I had 2 cups of coffee, feeling caffeinated.
2 cups? 2 cups with that double cup.
Really sleep very much. I think I had like 5 hours. So I was just like excited. So let's go get in the ring.
Don't wanna live. Okay, it luckily muted the fucking music for me, if that's what it's doing.
Yo, that hurts. That hurts. But it feels so good.
I hit the
Do the music. 2 cups, 2 cups of codeine. Man, I wish it would.
ropes. My back hurts so much. Oh my god, that was so painful. Okay, this is a weird angle, but I hit the ropes. I did some rolls. I gotta take some bumps. I haven't bumped yet, but this is so fun. I'm so happy. I love it.
She's ready to go. Okay, you guys get the picture. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was miscellaneous news. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, ladies and gentlemen? Miscellaneous news.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I've got some bad news.